what's happening with the Toronto real estate market? The headlines are confusing, probably on purpose. So Jordan, give us the numbers.
Average sales up 44%. What does that mean?
So I think buyers are coming back to the market.
Why? Because they've been listening to our cast and coming back after we've been telling people for 4 months.
And interest rates have nothing to do with it.
Right.
Nothing at all.
It's all us. It's all us.
Well, and there are deals to be done out there, right? Truthfully.
People were sitting for, what, good year and a half, 2 years, not making any moves, interest rates were high.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now they're coming down, prices haven't come up.
1.1 average price up. What does that mean to you?
So that means probably the houses have sold more than condos, right?
Mm.
So houses will skew it because they're more expensive than
That's a
condos,
good point.
the average price.
Yeah.
But I think you're going to say the home price index is down.
About 3%.
Yeah, so that makes sense, right? So that's comparing like to like, and those things, are down a little bit. And,
Right.
Like we were talking, sellers are, getting used to the new normal. Well-marketed houses that are move-in ready are selling, and some have bidding wars depending on the geography.
Right.
The ones that need renos or are rental properties are sitting.
Right. Okay.
And condos.
Inventory up 4.3%.
So, and that was an October stat, right? So I think what happened is, realtors like us told everybody, don't sell in the summer. Everybody listed September, October. And what we're seeing now is, we're not seeing listings hit the market now like we were, right?
True.
I noticed the days on market,
Yeah.
or length to sale, is a little bit higher now. So maybe we're seeing some from September sitting for a little bit longer into October.
Good point. Yeah.
Exactly.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And when I talk to our stagers, they're not busy anymore, right?
Mhm.
So they're a leading indicator for sale.
Yeah, my big stager has gone from a 45-day to a 60-day staging cycle. Do you think we're at a bit of a tipping point where people are starting to come back?
It feels like
Maybe.
buyers are coming back.
Yeah.
What I'm telling people that are listing for sale is wait till January now. January's been a weird, hot month.
You're talking about listing?
If you're
Yes.
selling,
Yes.
because there's no inventory and buyers are probably, if we get 2 more rate reductions,
Yes.
we'll probably see a bunch of people
Right.
in the winter, right? Would be my guess. Maybe
Right.
February, maybe January. So that, let's see. I'm hopeful that buyers are going to come back.
But bottom line, I would say still a good time to buy.
Great time. It's a great time to buy, especially condos, especially projects that need renos and rental ready. I don't think that they're not gonna get hot. Condos probably till 2026 would be my guess.
I agree. What we've seen is the turnkey stuff that's really nice.
Yeah.
Is still selling at a top price, and it's sometimes the only thing that's selling.
Yeah.
And the stuff that's in the middle is not getting a top price, or it's not selling.
Yeah.
Is that fair to
But
say?
that stuff might start to move.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's talk commercial, right?
Yeah,
That's where our overlap lives.
I could just tell you, over the last 12 to 18 months, commercial properties in the GTA, 80% of what's listed has not sold.
And that's hugely overpriced.
Yeah, it's hugely, there's a number of reasons. Hugely overpriced. Cap rates are not there. If you're borrowing at 8 and you're getting 3%, why would you ever invest?
You would never. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing now a lot of these commercial properties that are on the market now are coming back on the market and dropping their prices.
Yeah.
Still not enough, but it's starting to go in that way.
Right.
Although the interest rates have dropped, they haven't dropped enough for commercial.
Right.
Commercial tends to have a higher borrowing rate,
Sure.
right,
Yeah.
and a higher down payment as well.
Right.
Yeah,
How much
sure.
further do they have to go, Sam, you think?
I think it has to go at least a couple of hundred basis points, so 2%.
Okay.
You mean go to 2%?
No, 200 basis points. So
Down?
yeah.
Oh, you think we'll ever get there?
I don't for commercial though. Remember, commercial's at 8 to 9%. Right?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the net
So,
rate, not the overnight lending.
Yeah,
Got it.
Yeah. So if commercial comes down to 7%,
6-7% is needed.
then you're looking at a. If you go outside of the GTA, you can find some good cap rates at 7. No, I've seen a few at 8%, but a lot of people who are investors are in the GTA really don't want to go out that far.
Yeah.
For various reasons, particularly managing the property. So it's there. You can find them. But they're few and far between.
What about how's office space versus.
It's still down. I mean,
storefront.
I think, you know, if you look at some of the bigger commercial realtors, they'll say it's coming back. But, you know, when you let's look at the U.S., 50% of office space is vacant in New York City. Why would it be any different here? Right?
Yeah.
It's not. Right? So it's still tough. It's still tough to sell office space, to
Yeah.
buy office space. No one's really
So what
buying
is
it.
selling? Industrial.
Industrial selling, retail is still pretty decent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
particularly for leasing.
Yeah.
But industrial.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
And prices on industrial are now coming into line.
What about the rental market, Adam?
Rental market, it's sort of hit and miss.
Sounds like every market. Really.
Yeah. I've been finding, particularly the really nice places, there actually have been some competition. I'll see 3 and 4 offers on a place if it's really done up nicely, if they've done some renovation. So there's competition in that area. The places, just like with housing for purchase and sale, the places that are not quite done or have had a lot of tenants without any updates, those are sitting for quite a while. And sometimes, you know, I'm seeing listings go for 60 days on the market. And then there's a little bit of negotiating room with price and amount of deposit. So that's what I'm seeing with the rental
So
market.
tenants have choices, basically.
Tenants have good choices, yeah, especially if you're willing to get a place that is not done to the nines. You can maybe get a little bit of
And
negotiating
if you're
power
an
there.
A+ tenant too, right? Like,
If you're
that's
a
what
AAA.
landlords are really looking for.
Exactly, yes. And that's a good point, Paul. AAA tenants with a good credit score, particularly in the 800s, anything over 700 is doable. If you've got your first and last deposit, if you have a good employment that the income covers the rent, you have a little bit of negotiating room. If you don't, if you're not a AAA tenant, then you don't have as much negotiating room. But I am seeing that some places that have been sitting on the market a little bit longer are more willing to work with tenants that, you know, need to improve their credit score a little bit, or don't have the most robust employment at the moment to get their places filled.
Bottom line, great time to buy, particularly in the condo market. Unbelievable time to buy. If you don't need a house that is perfect, that you can do a little bit of work on, also a great time to buy.
And even if you're selling, you know, we can get a decent
Oh,
price for your house.
To that
right?
point,
Yeah.
if you are selling, we can also help you upgrade it.
Yeah. Yeah. And sell first, ideally, but
That's for sure.
Yeah, commercial I also think is a good time to buy, but as long as prices continue to start to get into line with the market, it's a good
that's
time
what
to
you're
get
there for, Sam.
Oh yeah, I think it's
People
a
when
good time to get in now, and then as interest rates come down, your property value will start to increase. So.
As for rentals, I have been watching rental prices decrease throughout the year. They were pretty wild back in the winter and spring. They have come down, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. So if you're a renter, it's a good time to think about maybe upgrading to a unit that is a little bit bigger for you and your family. This is sort of a time in the market where you may be able to get a little bit more bang for your buck and maybe do that upgrade that you've been thinking about doing.
So I hope you found that hugely helpful. If you have any questions, shoot us an email, info@thinkteal.ca. Talk soon.
Talk soon.